Yo, what's up? My name is Jesse, and you're listening to Patience, which is a podcast courtesy of Therapy Records. So first I'll introduce myself. I'm assuming if you're here, you know who I am, but if not, I'm a dude in a band, and we're called The Neighborhood. So Google us. I have a publishing venture I've just started with my partner, Danny Para, and we got this studio, and we have a couple rooms, and we're living through 2020. So obviously not, for me, my travel options have changed a lot. And luckily I do have the space that I have here. I'm in LA. I got a couple rooms at the studio, got a nice amount of space for people to be able to have some distance and still, be able to be creative kind of in the same environment. So I figured having a lot of conversations with a lot of friends, making a lot of music in here, not going on tour, nothing else going on. What the hell? We're going to have some conversations and let other people in on them. This is the introductory episode, the consultation, if you will. You obviously have many options of things to listen to and whatnot. And as much as it pains me to add to the noise, I also can't help myself. And now patience is an option for you. So I guess in this first episode, I kind of just want to explain my relationship with therapy, what I think the word means, and how I utilize it in my life. So I go to therapy. I talk to my doctor, my therapist, once a week, and there's been times where I've done it twice a week. Right now we're doing it on the phone, at home, but when I'm on tour and everything, I've been all over the world and still been able to maintain the routine, which is really one of the main parts that I love about it personally, is the routine. I'm not here to preach anything to you, but therapy is a normal thing in my life. My mom went to therapy when I was younger, and my friends suggested maybe I should go see a therapist. Understandably so. When we were recording our second album, Wiped Out, go check it out, get those streams up. I could be a manic person. I think I'm not as much because of therapy in the past few years, especially. I'm emotional. I deal with depression, anxiety, and therapy has really helped my life a lot. And I think so much of therapy is obviously the conversational part. And I think it's an accountability thing that ties in there too. Obviously, there could be multiple reasons for that. When you're paying someone and your money's part of it. But I think it's more to do than just that also. But, part of it is just hearing yourself say some fucking stupid shit sometimes, or some shit that you really needed to get out of you that maybe isn't stupid. But I think there's a range. Ooh, good pun. Practice. You have to practice patience, right? Sorry. You'll be getting a lot of that on here, I'm sure. So turn it off now if you don't want to hear that. But I don't know. I guess I'm going to be having conversations with all the people around me that I create with, or maybe not. I don't even fucking know what's going to happen here. I think a lot of it has to do with listening. So listening to the feedback of you, the listeners, as well, even though that scares the shit out of me. Regardless, I have been enjoying listening more than I have in a very long time. Even when it comes to music, I think I had lost touch with the music for a while. And I think the reason I started music up in the first place when I was a preteen, young teenager, was because it was my therapy at the time, whether I realized it or not. When it comes to calling the publishing label therapy, it only seemed right, because it's kind of just like, even if we make a joke out of it sometimes, it seemed like that's what you do when you come to the studio with me and the people that I seem to collaborate with on a consistent basis. So you're going to be hearing from us. The Neighborhood is in the process of putting out our fourth and final studio album with Columbia Records, and we're not going on tour because of COVID and everything, and at least not right now. It's a cool way for us to be able to, I guess, let other people in on our process and conversations for anybody who wants to listen. But also, I fucking love my boys, and I want an excuse to see them more. And as much as we're the closest people you could ever imagine, and we're real friends and all that, we're not an industry plant, believe it or not. We spend so much time together because this is our job also with the band and everything, and on tour and everything, that we don't hang the way we used to when we first did when we were younger. I think that's part of growing up, or at least it was for us. But I want to be able to connect with people more, and it's that routine, that schedule thing. For me, I think sometimes, as much as I hated going to school when I was a kid, I think I appreciate it so much more now because of the routine that it did give me, even though obviously at the time that's what I hated about it. But there is peace of mind in that for me, and I've fortunately got to create this fucking life for myself and my friends and for each other. We've gotten to, we get to do this. Like I said, we're still here and getting to do what we're doing and have the opportunities and platform that we do. So because of that, I want to make the absolute most of it. Yeah, just connect. I write a lot of songs about, I would say mainly my songs are at the core of most of them about relationships. And I think there's so many ways to have, make, keep, maintain relationships. And personally, conversation is one of my favorite. It's part of the way that I grew up in my household with my mom, me and my mom, my sister. That was kind of my triangle that I grew up with in my house. And my mom and I especially have always, when I was younger especially, would always talk about everything. And I'm very lucky for that, because I know a lot of people don't grow up like that. And then as I've gotten older, also my sister and I, who I'm sure you'll be hearing more about or from, or she's kind of like my guardian angel. She's I just really, our communication has gotten better as we've gotten older. She's 9 years older than me, so I think when we were younger, we didn't quite get along as much. We had very different experiences growing up, and as we've gotten older, I mean, really one of my favorite people in the world to talk to. To say the least, I don't know what's going to be happening here. A lot of it is going to have to do with listening to the people in the conversations that I'm going to be having on here. You could be anywhere in the world, and now this is an option. So if you're choosing to be here, fuck yeah. If not, you can't hear this because you're not listening, obviously. So, okay. Oh, look at that. Time's up. I'll send you your bill.